Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today we're back with a brand new video on things I find chic, since you guys absolutely loved my other ones. But as the title suggests, today I don't want to focus on the material. I'm not gonna tell you how you should do your nails or your hair to be chic. Instead today I really want to focus on the mindsets, the habits, the details in someone's energy and lifestyle that to me really makes them incredibly chic. As always, if you're new here, my name is Mirella and I love sharing all things self-care, class, and self-growth. And if you want to connect with me, in the description you will find all of my information and my other socials where I post daily tips and so much more about my life. But before we start today, especially if you're trying to build a high-quality, timeless wardrobe, you might want to listen up. If you follow me, you know how much I stress the importance of building a wardrobe with good quality, timeless, a little minimal pieces to stop following trends and really invest on some good staples. But I also know that it can be incredibly hard to find them without spending thousands. And in fact, this is the question you guys ask me the most, which is, Mirella, where do I even find all these pieces? Well, you ask and I deliver. From now on, when it comes to bags, you will definitely not have to worry anymore. Now, this is a beautiful bag from Parisa Wang, but before showing you the bag, I just want to give you a little bit of context. Now, I want you to imagine this. Parisa was walking down the street of New York City in 2016. She was designing for luxury brands, but she couldn't even buy the same exact products that she was creating. So her goal was to figure out a way to keep the same quality, the same luxury, but to also make it more accessible to girls just like her and just like us. That's exactly what she started working on. She started working with the same exact ateliers that luxury brands were working with, so that again, she could provide us with the same exact quality, the same production for a fraction of the price. She also chose to stay minimal, which is something I absolutely love, with no big logos, no following trends, just minimal, clean, timeless pieces that are gonna last you forever. And that really paid off, because now 10 years later she's been figuring Vogue, she has been worn by Bella Hadid, Hilary Duff, and it's now also in my hands. And this beautiful piece is the Gabrielle East West shoulder bag in chocolate suede, and I completely fell in love with it as soon as I received it. This is definitely immediately become a staple in my wardrobe. You can feel that it's incredibly high quality and the details are just unmatched. I immediately fell in love with the locket. I know I always talk about this, but I really want to repeat myself, because to me pieces like this are the real embodiment of quiet luxury. Because when you buy high quality, you know that it's something that will last you forever. And especially when you buy high quality, this is something that you can literally style with anything and it will just elevate your outfit. I can already imagine this with a monochrome fit, but I've also worn it with just a jean and a t-shirt, and it actually fits much more than I thought. This can literally fit anything you need, your phone, your wallet, your makeup, anything. I think it can even fit a little pouch inside. This one is in suede, and I will link this exact bag below. So it's really perfect for fall and winter, and they have so many beautiful colors for spring and summer. So if you're looking for something minimal and definitely worth investing in, this is definitely an amazing place to start. Again, this is the true definition of a luxurious piece to me. Something that feels so effortless, that works with you and for you, and that you can reach for again and again. Something just timeless that will immediately enhance your whole outfit. They also gave me a code for you if you want to try it yourself. I will also put it in the description. And thank you, Parisa, again for this absolutely gorgeous piece. I'm so obsessed with it. So without further ado, let's get straight into my tips. So first things first, something I find incredibly chic that is not something you have to buy or you have to have, it is writing handwritten thank you notes. This is really a lost art when you're giving out a gift or you're inviting someone to a party. I feel like in a world where everything is digital, being able to go back to something like a handwritten letter is so thoughtful and also to me so classy. And I even mentioned this in one of my last videos, which is the one on Natasha from Sex and the City, because I was telling that everyone was going after her because she spelled something wrong in this episode of Sex and the City, and Carrie told everyone that she was an idiot because of it. But my perspective on it was that she was actually such a classy person because she couldn't attend an event and she decided to notify and send to all the people that were attending the event, handwritten notes to every single person, while Carrie was in her room like a teenager, calling Miranda, telling her how she spelled something wrong. But to me, that is just incredibly chic. Not spelling something wrong, but putting in the effort to doing something like this. My next point is having an immaculate punctuality. Now, I'm pretty sure that I already said this in the past. I am an incredibly type A girl. I am incredibly organized. I'm always on time. Everything to me needs to be perfect and organized. But when someone is constantly late, it's something that I just cannot stand. And on one hand, that really shows you that you're just not organized on something so simple like being on time. And also, that really shows me that you don't value my time at all. Because it's not about being late 5 minutes or 10 minutes or being late one single time. I'm talking about people that are constantly late to events, to dinners. At one point, it's not chic, it's not fashionable to be late. Just a lack of respect for the people that are waiting for you. And the opposite is very true as well for me. So on the other end, always being on time really shows that you're a very organized person and that you also value my time. This is just something that I cannot stand. People who are late, I cannot stand it. Like sometimes it's just too much. My next point is having intellectual curiosity. And what I mean by this is being the kind of person who has a lot of hobbies or a lot of interests. Because something that I feel like we forget sometimes, or society makes us forget, is that we really don't have to limit ourselves to our field. For example, I study law, but I'm not gonna limit myself and my interest to being a law student. I never even mention it here because I have so many interests. I have so many things I'm interested in. I love art. I love spirituality. I love learning about different things. I love fashion. I love self-growth. I even love philosophy and psychology. I love reading books on it. I'm actually currently reading this book right here on trauma. I don't know. I just love it when someone has a lot of interest and is not just focused on being one thing, on fitting in one category. And I even posted about this on TikTok, and this girl commented, and one thing about me, if you leave a negative comment that is not educational or doesn't have a meaning, is just hating, I'm just gonna cancel it because I don't have the energy to respond. Either way, this girl on TikTok was commenting something, oh you girls without a brain, talking about intellectual curiosity just because you go to the gym and you like being pretty. And first of all, I thought, thank you. The fact that you think that I'm dumb is actually a compliment, because I feel like if you think that all I do is spending time in a gym and being pretty, that means that I'm very pretty. And second of all, I deleted the comment because I didn't want to explain this to her, but I literally have an honors law degree and I have so many interests and I have so many things I love. So when I talk about these things, I talk about things that I love. Every time I give you guys tips, I'm literally talking to myself or about myself. There are either things that I want to learn and are either things that I want to be better at. For example, when I talk about building a quality wardrobe, this is my goal. I'm not perfect. I'm not there yet, but this is my goal and I love talking about it. And I love talking about how I'm building mine, right? So that we can do it together. Or when I talk about hobbies and things like this, most of the times it's just things that I do and that I love and that I want to share with you guys. But I don't know why, she just thought I was dumb. And I feel like, yeah, I took it as a compliment, but then I just deleted the comment because I didn't want to waste my energy on explaining to someone the reason why I think I'm smart. But yeah, something I find very chic in people is when they have so many interests and when they don't just fit in a category. Now, my next point is having a strong personality. But with strong personality, I really don't mean what people say when they're just arrogant. So a lot of people say, oh, I just have a strong personality, but it's just arrogance. I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to people who have a very strong authenticity. Maybe we can call it authenticity. So for example, this may come in terms of fashion or interests, when you could really be the complete opposite from me. You could have the complete opposite style of mine, but you're someone that is so secure and so confident in what they love and what they like. It's something that I just find so incredibly chic. Someone that has so much authenticity and so much personality and is not afraid of showing it. That to me really makes you a very chic and authentic person. It's something I really admire in people. Another thing I admire very much in people is when I see someone that has a very crazy self-care routine. But to me, this is not a matter of spending money. I want to specify this. It's not a matter of having the most expensive creams. It's not about that. It's about seeing someone that really put so much time into taking care of themselves that they could also not have anything or not have the money to buy all these products or do these things, but they will find a way to do it anyway. And let me give you an example. For example, when I was young, I wanted to make my hair grow. And I feel like this is an experience that all teenagers had. Since I couldn't buy all these good products, all these products that the older girls had, I would literally do masks to my hair with things I had in my fridge. Now, is this whole point I'm making about making masks with food and things like this? Absolutely not. I'm referring to the people that wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning and go to Pilates in their room just because they don't want to pay for the lesson. I'm referring to the people that buy 20 masks on Amazon to save their money, but would never give up their self-care nights every single weekend. The point is that something I really admire in people is when I see someone that really takes care of themselves and nothing can stop them. And yes, I definitely love seeing also people that have crazy stuff and also have crazy expensive creams and expensive masks. I find that very aesthetic and I think it's very chic. But what I'm referring to is more of a state of mind. It's more of a very determined person to take care of themselves. And even though now I definitely have access to more things as I grew up and I'm starting to make my own money, but I definitely have been that person that even when I couldn't afford it, even when I was younger and had these big dreams of being like the LA girls, I would just do it at home. Nobody could stop me. When I was in high school, I would wake up at 5 a.m. I don't know how. I was absolutely crazy. But I would wake up at 5 a.m., work out, and then go to school and then come back and do all these things. And even though now I take it a little bit more chill, this is something I very much admire. And it's also content that I absolutely love watching here on YouTube or in short form. I find it very chic. When someone loves taking care of themselves and does all these treatments and all these things just for themselves, again, that shows that you have very high standards. Now, this next point is about personality traits, I would say. It's not really about personality, but it's about how you make others feel. And it's about being the kind of person that really makes others feel heard and validated. This is something that it's a little bit hard, to be honest, and I read some books on it. I'm trying to get better at it. But I feel like it's such an important social skills to make other people feel safe and make other people feel validated, because we're also focusing ourselves. But when someone is able to do that, I feel like it's such a classy trait to have. Someone that actually listens to you, someone that sits there and is not just thinking about what to say next. I remember saying in one of my last videos on how to feel chic and how to be chic that something I really like is when someone remembers important dates in other people's lives, and I feel like this is very much related to that. So being someone that listens, being someone that you can really have a conversation with and that will respond, that will be interested in what you have to say. My final point that I actually use as the first point in one of my last TikToks is to stop using phones during dinners and during hangouts. You might take this very much for granted, but I feel like in this world where everyone is so focused on social media and on having phones in our hands, being able to really be present and again, listening to the other person, especially when you're at dinner or you hang out with someone and completely forgetting about your phone really shows, just like my last point, that you're listening to them, that you're able to be present, which seems something very stupid, but in this day and age, I don't see many people not putting their phone on the table at dinners. It's just something that is so normalized and everyone does, but I really believe that we need to go back to actually being present. These are all of my tips today. I really hope that you loved them. If you did, definitely make sure to subscribe and leave a comment because I always read your comments. I always try to respond to as many as I can. Again, I will leave you the code here for the Parisa Wang bag. If you're trying to splurge on quality, definitely consider it. And in the description, you'll find all of my information and my other socials. As always, I appreciate you guys so much and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.